This week is a very strange week for Byzantine Catholics. This week, the Typicon, the book which prescribes all of our liturgical practices, says on Friday, there is no fasting. We always fast from meat on Fridays, in case you didn't know. And sometimes, like the Friday after Christmas, when we've had a great feast, there's no fasting during the week. But this week, all the feasts are over. The Nativity's over, the Theophany's over, but the Typicon, if you look at it, says, there is no fasting today, on Friday. Why? It's just an ordinary week. Why is there no fasting? Because this week is the week of the Publican and the Pharisee, the gospel that we just heard. Now, what's the story of the Publican and the Pharisee all about? Most people will say, well, the final line tells us what it's about. It's about humility. It's about coming before God and admitting who we are in openness. And that's true. It is about that. It's very clearly about that. But I think it's about something more. Because if we look at the publican, and if we look at the Pharisee, we see that they're actually a lot more the same than they are different. What do I mean? If you look at the Pharisee, everything that the Pharisee is doing on the surface looks good. He fasts twice a week. He pays tithes. He gives his 10% on all that he possesses to the temple treasury. It looks good on the surface. But the interior motivation for it is self-serving. I pay tithes on all I possess. I fast twice a week. I thank you, God, that I'm not like that guy in the back. And so what is on the surface doesn't match what's really going on deep down inside. The same is true of the publican. He's known to be a sinner and someone who defrauds people. That's what people see on the surface. But deep down inside, he has a heart that sees who he is before God. And what's on the surface doesn't match what's going on deep down inside. And so I think what our church is trying to teach us with this gospel, and what our church is trying to teach us by saying to us that this Friday we may not fast, is that we need to be people of integrity. We need to be people where the surface that we project and the interior reality are the same thing. Where the faith we profess with our lips is the faith that's in our heart and the faith that's lived out in our life. And that will manifest itself in humility. But first, we must be people of integrity. We have to be people who have it all together. How often we say that? He's got it all together, or she needs to get her act together. And what we mean is that those people need to do something to kind of clean up life, that things aren't going so well, that from the outside people see what's wrong and the direction that things are on, and they're trying to help you say, this is what you need to do to get on the right path. Or we look at somebody who seems to be doing really well, and we see how ordered their life is, and how structured things are, and how accomplished and successful they are because of that. And we say, wow, that person's got it all together. We need to be people who have it all together, not for the sake of worldly success, not for the sake of being recognized in the eyes of people, but for the sake of allowing who we are on the inside to be reflected in everything that we do, so that we're true people of integrity, that we're integrated, that we aren't compartmentalized, where we profess one thing and do something else. And so this Friday, as we sit down, and I know I'm going to sit down to a nice steak dinner, let's not do it just for the sake of sitting down and eating the steak dinner. In the same way that as we enter into the fast, let's not abstain from food for the sake of abstaining from food, because that's the easy part. Anybody can prevent themselves from putting stuff in their faces. But what comes out of your lips? Is it lies? Is it gossip? Is it slander? Is it cursing? Is it tearing down other people? What's in your heart? Is it true love for God and true love for others? Or is it anger and resentment and bitterness? Is it aggression? What do we put into our bodies every day? Not just physically, but what are we hearing? What are we listening to? What are we watching? What are we allowing ourselves to be saturated by? Are we people of integrity? Because anybody can fast from food. But that's not what the fast is about. The fast is about that true integration of allowing the person we profess ourselves to be in this church, to be the person we truly are inside, to be the person that we truly express ourselves to be in the world, so that people will see us and say, wow, she's got it all together. Wow, he's got his act together. Because we will be people of integrity, people like the publican, who come before God recognizing who we are, with a desire to transform that by the grace of God. So enjoy that steak this Friday. It's the last one we're going to get for a while. But more importantly, be reminded of the need in everything that we do to be true and living icons of the presence of God. People who have it all together to show God to the world. God who comes to gather the scattered parts of our life, the scattered parts of our world, the scattered parts of our culture, the scattered parts of our church, so that we can truly have it all together and be united with the God who is one.
Praise